What if I told you that there is technology being developed right now that could extend your life expectancy from 76 years old to 106 years old? What if I told you that technology was available? Before I tell you about that, let me give you an analogy. I bought my first car in, I believe it was 1962. It was a 56 Ford. It was a used car. And it had about 10,000 miles on it. It had a life expectancy back in 1962 of somewhere around 50,000 miles. If you pushed it, you might be able to get 75. I now drive a 2016 BMW 535i. That car has currently about 50,000 miles on it. Its life expectancy is probably somewhere around 150 to 200,000. Well, now, what changed? What changed? Well, I think, first of all, the planned obsolescence of automobiles changed, but I think even more importantly, the diagnostics changed. My car, if something is going to go around or wrong with it, BMW usually knows about it before I do, and they notify me, and they tell me that they have a recall. Well, why is that? How do they do that? They have, as I understand it, a new BMW now has around 3,000 sensors on it. And those sensors sense everything that's happening in that vehicle, and then push them into the cloud, all that data, and compare it with your BMW. And if something goes wrong with your BMW 2016 535i, they look at the data that they're getting from me and compare it and say, hey, we have a pandemic of this sort of problem with the BMW. We need to get Carrie's car in here and get it fixed. That's how it works. And that's how they're able to give me a 200,000 mile life expectancy. Now, why can't they do that with my body? Well, up until now, they couldn't do it because you and I only went to the doctor once a year, if we're lucky. If in fact something goes wrong, then yeah, now we're going more regularly. But and particularly men, I never really went to a doctor except when something was wrong with me, and nothing really ever went wrong with me until I turned 65 and I got on Medicare. But young men and women probably only go for their pap smears and their whatever they do, they squeeze their breasts. And but what if we had the same technology in our body that we have in our cars? Well, it's being developed. And it's being developed right now, and they're called wearables. I have a wearable. It is a Fitbit. It measures some things in my body. But these wearables are beyond that. These wearables are being developed by the University of California, San Diego, and it's going to check everything from your cholesterol to your heart rate to your cardiovascular. They have some even tests that they're working on that are going to tell you if you've got cancer in your body. So if we know that 8,154 of us are going to die every day, and 1,600 of us that are going to die from cancer, and 1,805 of us that are going to die every day are going to die for heart disease, and we can put a wearable on our body that will alert our doctor or a doctor that we need a recall, I think we can add to our life. Well, what does this look like? Let me show it to you. This is what they're developing at the University of California, San Diego. As I look at it, it's going to slap right on my arm, and it's got about 30 little, I guess, semiconductors back here, and then 2 bigger probes up on the front, and it's going to measure everything that's going on in my body. And then it will take it through 5G Or actually, don't even really need 5G. It will sync it with my phone, and my phone will push that information into the cloud, and my information will be compared with your information and the other 71.6 million baby boomers currently in the United States, and will create a pool of data from which we can predict what's going to happen, and then have the recall. And where's the recall going to come from? It's probably going to come from a teledoc. It's probably not because maybe it's my cholesterol, maybe it's cancer, maybe it's heart disease, whatever. I need a specific doc. So it's going to be a teledoc. It's going to be a pool of doctors, not necessarily affiliated with the hospital or the clinic that you go now, that will analyze. They'll be specific, and they'll be taught, and they'll use artificial intelligence, and eventually they'll use quantum computing, and they're going to do for our bodies what they've done for our cars, what they're going to do for our furnaces, what they're going to do for our washing machines and our refrigerators and our dryers. And every mechanical device is now going to be available to us. And it will not only measure our biological, it'll measure our psychological. On my watch, it tells me how I'm feeling every day. It's measuring the things that are happening in my body and giving a psychological status. Am I under stress? Am I having a lot of anxiety? If it can do that, and it compare it to millions, if not eventually billions of other people, we're going to extend our life expectancy. This is what's happening. So what can you do about it? What can you do? I would suggest the first thing you do, if you don't already have one, get a Fitbit or an Apple Watch and learn how that works and share that data. Yeah, now wait a second. Maybe I don't want people to know everything about me, but maybe I do. Maybe I do. Now, the next thing I want you to be watching for is you saw the thing that the university, wait till you see what Stanford University and Harvard's got waiting for you. A smart toilet. Yes, a smart toilet. Okay, let me give you the details on this. This is a little bit more invasive. First of all, it recognizes your butt from somebody else's butt because it has a camera in there. Okay, and what we've learned is your butt's almost like your thumbprint or your index fingerprint. You have a fingerprint, a butt print on your butt, so your butt is different than my butt and everybody else's butt. So my smart toilet can determine my butt from your butt. When you pee, your 5G probe will analyze your pee, and it will send it into the cloud. When you poop, your poop will go through a 5G probe, and it'll analyze your poop. Think about this. Everything you put in your body comes out your body somewhere else, okay? So if you put that together with this patch or watch, and then if you put something in your bathroom that pricks your finger and it analyzes your blood, you've got everything and more than you're going to get if you go to a clinic or a doctor's office and say, I want a full run. I want everything. And you'll go through a bank of tests, and you'll go home, and they'll call you in 5 days and say, come back. And, oh yeah, we need to do a few more tests, and you'll go home and you'll come back, and then they'll refer you to a specialist, and then they'll make a diagnosis. And and most of us will never do that. But if we have these readers and our smart toilet, it's done every day. How much longer would that extend your life? That's what's coming, and that's what's really excites me about this being the best half of my life, because things are going to change so friggin' fast, and I'm going to have so many opportunities to live a happy and fulfilling life that my dad never had. And I know my grandfather never had, but my children will, and my grandchildren, for goodness sakes, what's going to be available for them? They're going to get replacement parts, just like my BMW does. Okay, this is exciting. This is retirement at its best. And if you like this kind of videos, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, subscribe and ring the bell, and that way you'll be notified when I put out another video. I'm trying to do 2, 3 a week, and I'm trying to get better at it. So give me in the comments anything that you think you could help me with, and let's make this a team sport. Retirement's a team sport. Roll Tide!